Good morning, children. In the previous class of climate chapter, we have learnt about the different seasons of India, right? And at the end of today's class, you will be able to learn about the onset of monsoons and distribution of monsoons. It means how the monsoons develop in India and the distribution of monsoons in India. We have already seen different reasons as to why the southwest monsoons develop in India, children. So, to sum up, the reasons are the first one, development of high pressure region around the Mascarenes Highlands. So, there the high pressure develops near the Madagascar. Second one, shifting of ITCZ zone. Third, the Coriolis force. Fourth, differential heating and cooling of land and sea. Fifth, the movement of ocean currents. So these are the 5 things which we have learned in the previous classes, right? Now, when it is summer in the northern hemisphere, it is winter in the southern hemisphere. So, in the southern hemisphere, the temperature is low, the pressure is high. The wind starts blowing from the high pressure area to the low pressure area, that is, from southern hemisphere towards northern hemisphere. The winds move from the southeast to the northwest in the southern hemisphere, and after crossing the equator, the winds take up direction from southwest to northeast. This we have learnt in the previous class. Now, when they enter the Indian Ocean, they get divided into two. This way. When they enter the Indian Ocean, they get divided into two branches, that is, the Arabian Sea branch and the Bay of Bengal branch. Now, the Arabian Sea branch further divides into 3 parts, children. The first part is obstructed by the Western Ghats. The Western Ghats lie parallel to the western coast. Now, as the winds go up the slope of Western Ghats, the temperature decreases and they are subjected to condenses. Here you can see they are subjected to condensation. The amount of rainfall increases with the increasing height along with the windward side. When the clouds cross the Ghats, they descend and their ability to absorb moisture increases. So they give very little rainfall. On the other side, that is leeward side or rain shadow region, they give very little rainfall. Okay, so there is a heavy rainfall on the western coastal plains which lies west of Western Ghats. Now, in the Western Ghats, we have Mahabaleshwar at higher altitudes. Mahabaleshwar is a region which is lying in the Western Ghats at a higher altitudes. So it receives a rainfall of about 675 centimeters. Whereas Pune, which lies in the western side of the Western Ghats, it means eastern side of the Western Ghats, that is on the rain shadow region, receives just only 70 centimeters of rainfall. So rainfall is measured with the instrument of rain gauge. Rainfall is measured with the help of instrument called rain gauge. Now, the second branch of Arabian Sea monsoon winds strike the coast of Mumbai. These winds move further along the Narmada and Tapi river valleys, which you can see in this picture. Narmada and Tapi river valleys, right? They cause a fair amount of rainfall in central India. In the central part of India, they cause a lot of rainfall. The Chota Nagpur plateau receives 15 centimeters of rainfall from this branch only. After that, it enters the Ganga plains and mingles with the Bay of Bengal branch. It means by the time the Ganga plains cover the Bay of Bengal branch of monsoons. That's why this branch of monsoons, the Arabian branch of monsoons, mingles the Bay of Bengal branch of monsoons on the Ganga plains. The third part of the Arabian Sea branch strikes the coast of Saurashtra and Kutch.